Right guys, welcome to the new channel. This is my second channel. Make sure to tune into my first channel, Salvage Nation. I'll put the links down below. Today's episode, I'm going to be doing a tutorial on how to fit M-Sport electric seats into a vehicle that came from the factory without electric seats. There's a few bits that you need to do, and I'm going to show you what you need. So first of all, you just needed a few tools. You need a soldering iron, you need some solder, you need some wire strippers. I've got some scrap wire and connector clips and some insulation tape. That's all I need. And as you can see, the seats in the car, they don't work. Someone has upgraded them to these memory seats and they don't work. Let's get the seats out of the car and I'm going to explain to you exactly what you need to do. If you like this kind of content, consider subscribing to my other channel, Salvage Nation. I'll put the link down below where I do all sorts of rebuilds on salvage cars. But for today, it's just about this tutorial. So let's get into it. So the first thing you need to do is, with your seats removed from the car, look at the connector right here and you're going to see two brown, these are the ground wires. For some reason, when the car hasn't got the power seats installed from factory, one of these ground wires are missing, and because there's a ground wire, you can literally just join them up. So what I've done is I've put a splice in between both of the wires and I've joined them up, and so now both of these wires are grounded. So that's the first mod that you need to do, ground both the ground wires to each other on the seat. The second step you need to do is, because these power seats have got a module, the module needs to tie into the CAN network by adding an additional 2 wires to your seat connector underneath the seat, and I'll show you exactly where you need to tap in. So when you remove this black connector from this yellow housing, if you see that little square right there, you just need to toggle on that with the little pliers or screwdriver and slide it out so this slides off that way. Once you take this out, if you look right here, pin number 2 and pin number 3, I've already gone ahead and I've spliced in my 2 new wires. On a car that hasn't got the electric seats, that will be blank. So when I just looked at this car, it was blank. So what I've done is, I got the pins from BMW, so you can see the 2 pins right there. You don't need to do it like this. You can also bypass this, but I wanted to maintain the OEM look and the OEM feel to the car. And what I've done is, if you lift up this cushion right here, it's a really nice fat cushion underneath the carpet. If you go into this bunch, have a look, and what you want to keep an eye out for is that wire right there. They're twisted together, one's orange and one is green. All you need to do is put the orange one in pin number 2 and the green and orange one into pin number 3, and that will give the CAN network the opportunity to connect to the module in the seat. So have a look right there, that's the connector for the seats, and you can see the 2 wires that we've just added to the loom on the car will correspond with these 2 wires on the seat and allow this module to communicate with the car. Once this module communicates with the car and you've gone ahead and done the mod and the wires are getting power, everything on these seats should work. Right guys, I know that's a lot of information to maintain, so I'll put all the steps in the description down below, and as an added bonus, I now have to do everything that I've just done on the passenger side, on the driver's side, and I'm going to show you exactly what you need to do. Let's get on with the driver's side. Alright guys, so because I've got a garage, this is a little piece of, I think I've just cut this off a spare wiring loom that I had, and all I need to do is get the pins, the connector pins from this. However, you can go ahead and order these pins from BMW if you need to, but you don't really need to because they're all the same. So I'm just going to do 1, pull it out of there, 2. So if you look, you can see there's a little 1 right there. That's pin number 1. What I want is number 2. So once you push it in, you can hear that click. And then I need number 3. Once again, just push it in and you hear the click. Those are the 2 pins for the CAN network. Next, you just dig up this carpet, pull it back a little bit more, and you can see orange and green. These are your CAN wires. They're going to be the same all over the car. Orange and green twisted together. Those are your CAN wires. You need to cut them, and then we're going to be tapping into these 2 wires. Just remember, whatever wire you use, when you tap into the orange CAN wire, the orange goes to pin number 2, and the green CAN wire goes to pin number 3. 1 is on the outside, pin number 2, pin number 3. Orange CAN to pin number 2, green CAN to pin number 3. Now we can move on to the next step. Right guys, once you've done that mod, this is what your connector should look like. Right next to that red power cable, you should have the 2 wires that are going into the CAN network. With that done, let's go do the mod on the seats, and then we can install both the seats and see how it works. So once again guys, once you remove this black casing from the yellow casing as well, it would expose all the wires, and as you can see, the 2 ground wires are right there. Once again, I wouldn't do this with a positive or a live, but because it's a ground, you can go ahead and just splice them 2 together. You can get a splicing tool, or what I'm going to do, I'm just going to separate it a little bit with my splitting tool, put some solder in the middle, join them up, and that will give both wires the ground. As you can see guys, now both those ground wires are spliced together. They can share the ground. Let's get everything back together, get everything in the car, and see what happens. So these weren't working before. Hopefully they should work now. And we have movement, and this is completely OEM. That means that the module is communicating with the car and the car understands fully. I'm going to check for any error codes using my diagnostic tool, but it's not necessary because as you can see, everything is functioning. So the backrest and the headrest is working. There we go, I don't know if you can see that. It's going back, it's coming forward, it's going up, it's going down. I'm going to fasten down both seats and then I'll show you the finished product. Alright guys, now that the seats are installed, because I took them out the car, it's going to register a fault code with the airbags, plus I want to do some personalization and some coding, and for that I'm going to use my Carly connected tool, which is a diagnostic tool, and I use it with my phone. And guess what? As a viewer of this channel and my main channel, Salvage Nation, you get 10% off if you click the link down below and you use the code Salvage Nation also down below to purchase your very own Carly diagnostic tool. Right, let's sort all of that out and get this car out of here. Right guys, now that's out of the way, my job here is complete, and I hope that you found this video helpful. If you did, consider subscribing. If you enjoyed the video, go down below, hit that like button, and consider subscribing to my other channel, Salvage Nation. It's on the rise. We do rebuilds of all sorts of different cars. There's lots and lots of content on there, so make sure you check us out on Salvage Nation. Subscribe here, and we're gonna grow together. Stay tuned for the next tutorial. We've got some more tutorials coming. So, like I always say, keep it moving. I'll catch you in the next one.